Hey guys, it's Lindsay from the blog Repurpose and Upcycle, and I'm going to show you how to do a fun light up wreath with supplies from the Dollar Tree. The first thing you're going to need is this wire frame and a pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. They also have other wire frames too if you would prefer something other than a pumpkin. And then basically you're just going to take your lights. Now these lights are not from the Dollar Tree, they're from Amazon, but I will link them. And what I've done is I've just taken those lights, I've pulled some slack through, and I have done a perimeter in lights. And you can see I'm going to go back through it twice just to make sure the perimeter is really well lit. And then I used some of this glow-in-the-dark mesh, and I also put the mesh around the perimeter. And then once I have encompassed the perimeter of it with the mesh, I put it around the back, kind of to give the lights something to sit on while I'm trying to string the lights through the front. And I'll show you that here in a second. So you can see I used two different colors of mesh, trying to give the back a base. And then once that was done, I stuck the lights in there. Now guys, fair warning, it's got to get worse before it gets better. I know you're probably thinking, what in the world is she doing here? But stick with me. So then I took some different colored mesh, and you can see I'm pulling some of the lights through with the mesh as I'm going through the different pieces of wire. And this is really to stabilize the lights, so when you turn the wire, the pumpkin, upright, the lights aren't going to fall down. So you can kind of see I'm just kind of pulling pieces together, pulling pieces through, and kind of tying the lights to the pieces of wire. And then once the lights are tied in there, I turned it on just to see how it would look. And like I said, it still doesn't look great, but now it's time to put something over top of it so those lights will really shine through and look pretty. Next is time to make a bow. I have this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to make a really simple bow, and yes, I am stapling it. You could also use hot glue or some sort of glue or fabric tape to put these together. Once I have the two sides, I'm going to do the middle of the bow, and you can see I'm stapling them all together. Since one side is a little bit bigger, I had to go in and, make it a little bit smaller so they both matched. And I just stapled it all, especially since it's going to be on the back. You shouldn't really see the staples. So once the top of the bow is done, now it's time to do the ribbon that is going to hang down the wreath. Once the bow is done, I put it on top, and I realized I wanted more than 3. I realized I needed to do 5 to really cover the pumpkin and make it, look like a pumpkin and give it some dimension. The last thing I did was use some of this green slinky ribbon, and that's what I used to attach the bow to the wreath. And once I was done, it was time to hang it up and see what it all looked like. All right, here it is so far. Not completely done, but you're kind of getting the point of what it's going to look like. And that's what it looks like when you turn the lights on. Now, I did end up adding a few fun pieces like these little skeletons I had from the Dollar Tree from the years past. I also added some more of the green ribbon, and I used the green ribbon to tie around the cord that went to the electrical outlet to plug it in. And here it is all lit up. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial on how to create a Halloween wreath with supplies from the Dollar Tree.